Oh man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is? Tuesday. Brewsday, Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah. Grab a cold one. It's Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar and Six Pack Store. Here's DreZ and Big Nate.
Oh, it hit the and it didn't even
Misfire.
did you cock it?
Yeah, I did. And like
Ah,
it's jammed in there now.
Okay.
Bottle cap's flat.
It is Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store in downtown Blacksburg. Did I start too? Were you not ready? Your camera, or do you want to show the?
I think it's
hard hat?
shifted.
Yeah, okay, you can shift it back. It is Brewsday Tuesday, and we we busted out the bottle caps because it's been a while since we both had bottles, and the bottle cap shooters both they failed. Well, mainly it was my aim that failed. I hit your mic arm.
Mine just jammed. And I know, like, I'm not a gun owner, never have been, because I have the depth perception of a blind person, because I am, in fact, a blind person. But apparently you're supposed to regularly clean your firearm, and apparently that applies to bottle cap launchers as well, because this jammed immediately.
I would say maybe
it went nowhere.
Maybe even more so, because when you think about they're getting all wet and gunked up.
Yeah, you got to lubricate your spring.
No doubt about it. Well, it is a Brewsday Tuesday that I've been looking forward to for quite a while, because I got these Bourbon County Goose Island beers over there at the cellar. It's been quite a while. These beers, I've been sitting on them for a while, because mainly I knew it was okay because they're both stouts. They're all aged. It should be fine to let them sit on the floor in my office for months, which I think was the case here. So I can't vouch because I mean I already grabbed them. Last time I was in there, I think there were still a few on the shelf from different years as well. But these are all the 2022 Bourbon County series, I guess you could say, from Goose Island. And there's different flavors. I just popped the brand coffee stouts. So it's a stout aged in bourbon barrels with coffee added. Now, I know what you're thinking. If you're me, why am I drinking the coffee one? Because Nate, you actually drink coffee, if I'm not mistaken. I do not. That's because you've never had any of the Bourbon County. So I wanted you to have just the original Bourbon County 2022, which is what you have. The one that I have, the coffee, is 13.2%. Which yeah, I mean that's up there. I mean, these are definitely they're all going to be up there, no doubt about
it. They're definitely big boys, and I like what they've done with their label. Is all of it's kept very simplistic, elegant.
Well, there's almost no
the labels etched into the glass, and then they've kind of got this little tag, develops in the bottle up to 5 years. I've got the original, the OG, the Bourbon County brand stout 2022 edition, which this one's distinguished. I'm going to give the ABV first and then a little background. ABV's 14.3%. So definitely no joke. But this is also the 30th anniversary of the bourbon.
Yes,
brand
stout. They started doing it back in '92. I was just reading online a little research about the inception of the Bourbon County style recipe. And I guess, 30 years ago. They started up. Gregory Hall's legacy and passion continues to be the best beer possible, starting with the best barrels the Bourbon Trail has to offer. So each year they grab some of these bad boys. This Imperial Stout is aged with a blend from freshly emptied bourbon barrels from Heaven Hill, Four Roses, Wild Turkey, and Buffalo Trace distilleries. It'll have some notes of vanilla, dark chocolate, toffee, molasses, almond, and dried fruit.
My favorite part is, like, from when they went to web versus when they printed the bottle labels. The molasses was printed as burnt sugar.
Oh, they figured molasses sounds better.
Molasses probably sounds better. I think caramel's also kind of, well, molasses is darker, so I'm guessing that's the burnt sugar versus heated sugar. But I love some molasses.
What's the ABV on yours?
14.3.
14.3, so a little bit more. And by the way,
It smells it.
these bottles are 16.9 ounces, so a little bit more, a little bigger than you're used to. So feel free to do a little heavier pour. I mean, I know that we are going to get feeling good by the end of the show today because they're all, like I said, I think they average probably like 13-14% these beers, which is phenomenal, especially when you could really use a nice, cold, hard ABV beer like
Which
like
it's
there.
it's already been one of those weeks. I'm
I know.
stoked. And I keep smelling it. I'm like, this is just, it's a shame the weather's so nice out. Like there needs to be snow on the ground for this.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. I mean, and initially that was my thought process. I figured if we're drinking it in February, it would still be pretty cold and whatnot. But maybe I don't know. Maybe we should have drank it a few weeks ago. But yeah, again, these ones hold well. Although it does say, I think you mentioned it develops in the bottle up to 2 years. So
This one says 5.
oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
mine says 2. So maybe it
The
depends.
coffee's got
varied
to
on
be
the
a
coffee.
factor.
So it says right here, drink by September 8th, 24. So if I had to guess, it was bottled September 8th, 2022, and they got a 2-year kind of countdown on there for you so that you know when you're going to want to drink it by.
So this one, 11th of August, 27, and I did just confirm on the site, it was bottled on August the 1st or August the 11th, 2022. So
It'll be interesting to see how the
It does
other
track.
flavors, the next round, might vary as well in that regard, whether it's 2, 5, 3 years or less, who knows?
I know, like in both the bourbon and the beer community, I've seen online that this one's kind of like a if not the holy grail, one of like the 8th wonders of the world, kind
Very
of something
sought after.
and
Mhm.
and you really want it. Have you had, in your experience, run into anything like completely by accident and then found out after the fact that it was like super valued?
Probably, I guess maybe not, or maybe just sort of like that. Tried it, but then not realized at the time how awesome it was retroactively. Like I remember when me and Huck went to that beer conference in DC, and I got to try Utopias. And I mean, I guess at the time I kind of knew, but at the same time I didn't, how expensive and hard to get that bottle of beer is. And I've certainly been in that boat with bourbons as well, before you really get into it and really know and appreciate it, which looking back, it's like, man, why did they even let me try that? Because I was not worthy, you know? But in this instance, I have had a number of these before. I think we've done maybe the 2018 or 19 on the show back with Huck. I can't quite recall. It's been a while, but this is not my first Bourbon County experience, but I know it is yours. So this will be quite a good introduction. Again, we have the different flavors. I know that Stephanie, who reached out and we had on the show, I guess it's been a few months now, but remember we talked about doing the bottle share. She hit us back up trying to like, we need to get this going because she actually has like the 19, the 20, 2022, like has
The
a good,
vertical flight.
yes, a vertical flight, if you will. So it will be interesting to see and how they kind of compare, contrast, and change over the years. And again, with the beer like this, it's okay to have that shelf life. I mean, 2019, if they give it a 5-year shelf life, I mean, it needs to be drank. We got to drink it.
We
this
got to
year.
hurry up.
We got to tell her to check the date on that bottle.
I've not had many opportunities like this where I've known it's a kind of sought after and tried it before. I always run into the circumstance where I find out after the fact, like, yeah, we just had a $200 bottle of liquor, and it's like, well, yeah, I wish I would have known that beforehand. I would have appreciated it more. Here I am, like a monster, like
slamming it,
pouring Coke in it. So I do appreciate it going in, and I think there is some value to knowing that, and I think it helps with the kind of the community aspect of beer drinking. And after having a bit of this, I'm looking forward to that vertical flight.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. This stuff is delicious. Again, it's not cheap because it's delicious good, very limited edition beer. So and again, in this instance, it's one, we always, any beer we have, we share it and stuff. But yeah, a bottle share with this, because you really don't need to drink an entire bottle of this. You're going to get wasted. You really want to share it with other people so that, everybody can get a little taste and get an idea of and appreciate it. So, if you want to do kind of like what I have, I got the set of 4 here or a vertical flight, maybe just find some other people that are into it and, everybody throw down a couple bucks and then just enjoy it, because it's definitely worthy. I mean, I can't quite remember the price tags on this, but frankly, what I just Googled, what I was seeing online, it was a good bit cheaper than what I'm seeing from whatever this website is, where it's like $62 a bottle. And the 2021, which Stephanie said she did not have, I'm guessing maybe there was a run that year, because here it says that's like $200 a bottle.
Yeah, and
for a 16.9 ounce bottle of beer.
That blows my mind, because it's also not like you can open it and reseal it and like enjoy it for a few days and savor it. Like, you open it, it's got to drink it.
Well, I feel like that's most stuff. I mean, I guess bourbon, not so much.
Wine you can hold for like up to 7. If it's a red, you can hold up to like 7 days, but refrigerated. But you've got nothing like that with beer, because it's going to lose everything so fast.
Still, though, once you open it, you're going to want to drink. The clock starts.
Yeah.
Whether it's beer, wine. I mean, it probably goes in that order: beer, wine, and then liquor. Because even liquor, once a bottle's been open, if you come back to it years later or something, it's not going to be as good. So you do have to factor that in. That's why you want it sealed if you're getting a bottle of anything, really. Speaking of which, I'm excited to see the results. I know I messaged you to sign up. The
lottery.
The Virginia ABC lottery had again, and in the description it said Pappy, but not technically Pappy. It was Van Winkle's, but I messaged you to sign up. Hindsight, I've talked to a few other people that I was like, oh crap, I should ask you to sign up too. But from all accounts, I'm sure none of us will get the chance to buy any of the bottles, because there are only a couple hundred of each for the whole state of Virginia. And I'm sure basically when I was looking on it on their Instagram or Facebook or whatever it was just a bunch of comments saying, I can't wait to get my email saying, unfortunately, you did, but fingers crossed, you got to be in it to win it.
Once I get that email, I will post it on our social.
Yeah,
look, I lost.
Yeah,
the hell with it.
I tried.
It's crazy to me that we've reached a point where bourbon and liquor has gotten that, because look back at the Prohibition, like these were all moonshine runners and hillbillies, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but now like the people who have died in the pursuit of this would be like turning over in their graves knowing that these bottles are going for what they're going for, and they're such a coveted item.
Would they be turning over in their grave, or would they just be happy and thrilled and say, I told you so? Like,
they're
damn you.
They're going to be turning over because they didn't have the money.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Any good artist is not appreciated in their time, and that includes beverages.
Yeah, fair enough. I never really thought of it that way, but it is crazy to think how wild that's come. And who knows, maybe that'll be the future of, because now that weed is getting pretty much illegal everywhere, is it going to be down the road? There's going to be like just coveted, strains
down the line. There's a lottery for OG Kush.
The growers that are the growers past that were risking their freedom to produce and get out this product that they stood behind and believed in. I don't know. Speaking of a product I can stay behind, which, by the way, I don't know if you noticed my pour. I did put it in the snifter as recommended in the on the bottle right here by Goose Island, because you figure, if you're going to drink something like this and you have the proper vessel. I know I usually do like to use my cellar glass, but I don't have a cellar snifter glass. I don't know if they have those over there, but I would like one. Mikey, let me know. But I mean, this is going to be so easy, because it's obviously a 5. This beer is delicious. I'm not even a coffee drinker. And I guess when it comes to stouts, I can look past that if that key word bourbon is in there, because that trumps all of it. That is the main note I'm getting for. That's the main note I'm searching for and appreciating. Of course, the nose is delicious. I mean, it is just a thing of beauty. It's just the exact right type of lacing that you would want on a nice, heavy stout like this. It's about dark as night. I mean, it is just such a fantastic beer. And yeah, coming in at 13%. What was it? 13.4? Is that what I said?
Yeah. Something like that.
13.2. Just an amazing
Even
beer.
number.
Everything's fantastic about it. This is a 5, of course. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be hard pressed to really do much of anything here because
Don't feel like you got to give it a 5 because there's a
don't.
good chance you might like this one better.
but I do, and that's kind of where I'm in a sticky spot. This is so good. It's so smooth. The phrase melts in your mouth, not in your hands, comes to mind. And I know that obviously doesn't apply with something that's already a liquid, but like that, just the texture on your tongue kind of hits that same level of like, man, this is decadent. It's rich. It's delicious. It's smooth. It's very smooth. On the nose, you kind of pick up a lot of the bourbon and the heat, but the nose and the taste are not necessarily 100% the same. I can see why this is so coveted. I'm gonna hedge my bet here though and not give it a 5 just based on what you've got over there.
Again, I mean,
And
you know,
that's not-
if I hadn't have said that, would you have done that? I don't know. I mean, you know,
If I had gone first, I probably would have given this a 5. It's absolutely worth drinking at least once in your life. Hell's bells. I can give more than 1 5 out today.
Yeah.
It gets a 5.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. I mean, let's be honest.
I
They're
don't
probably
try to give out a lot of 5s.
It's just hard because you do want to be able to say, "Oh, I do like this one better," but I mean, they're all still going to be 5 worthy. If I had to guess, we'll see, man. These next 2 flavors I have never tried. I do not believe any sort of year, so I'm looking forward to that as well. We're doing Bourbon County Goose Islands, a nice little collection of the different flavors, and we'll go for another round and probably start to sound a little different as these beers soak into our livers. It's Brewsday Tuesday right here on 105.3 The Bear. Stick around.